I wasn't anticipating. I mean, I should always anticipate crying when we do these because I do, most of the time. But I wasn't anticipating the kind of depth and complexity from this playlist, which I think is maybe evidence of some prejudice on my part. I was expecting some big, powerful anger that I'd be like, yeah. And instead of complex, interesting, powerful emotions. That was just very moving. I think I just love the strength of it and the argument.
The whole album is very much very much not just about like black empowerment, but especially black women.
Right.
And I think that's equally, if not more important. And so I appreciate, like, as soon as I heard this album, I actually texted Lindsay and I was like, because she doesn't really listen to much rap. I was like, but she likes things that make, women feel powerful. And I was like, you need to listen to this album because that's what will definitely happen when you listen to this album. So I've really appreciated listening through her music just because it gives a different perspective on things. So
when we were talking a moment ago before the song, we were talking about like the kind of struggle that is produced by adverse conditions. And, I just think about this microcosm, during the pandemic, asked to, quarantine isn't really the right word. Try not to go outside too much.
Right.
People lost their minds and they're storming state houses with guns and throwing fits. Mostly white people. And then you think about people of color, black people especially, who have been oppressed for 400 years and who have not been broken down. They've got bad outcomes. They have had bad things that have happened to them, but they survive. They still make a way under all that pressure after all that time, still proud, still strong. And I just I don't know if white people would have made it under those conditions. Who can say? But
it's funny. I had watched Just Mercy. We had a screening of it, and we had a group discussion. And I actually asked that question because it was about a 50-50 mixed race group, and I just said, like, how do you, if this is reality, how do you go on? And the response that I got was like, well, what else are we supposed to do?
Right.
Like, it's survive or don't. It's do your best with the cards you've been dealt, and then try to work and try to get everybody else to work to hopefully make the deck less stacked against you over time. But it was very much that just sort of like, human spirit idea. But it was also kind of like, it's the kind of thing that if you saw like, Triumph of the Human Spirit, like a Hatchet, Gary Paulson's Hatchet, sure, or something, or any of those other kind of survival movies where you're like cheering, like, yeah, but like when you realize, like, you're like, this is America, like, that's bullshit. Like,
yeah.
Like that's the level of effort that has to be put in. And the fact that it's clearly not true for everyone, and that, going back to Mos Def, there's mathematics, there's statistics to back it up, and it's crazy, and anyway.
Well, I mean, God bless us, everyone. I hope we can make changes. And, I hope sharing these stories may be meaningful to somebody else in the world someday. It's been meaningful to me and mine. Appreciate you putting them together, Matt.
It's been my pleasure.
I don't know what we're going to do next. We'll figure it out. We'll go from there.
All right. Betcher Brothers Boombox signing out.
Yeah, that's it. That's as we always say.
Yeah.
At the end of these things.
We'll just go we'll cut that out. We'll go back and put it in post.
We'll just
on the
like
previous ones.
we'll have to get all of our previous outfits on and stuff. Take hours.
I'm thinking just like still frame or like the little talkie
Oh,
lips.
the lips. That's great. All right. Well, thanks so much.
All right. Yep.
All right.
Bye.